तमातरोति तं निष्बन्धति तासन्तु जगदम्बोऽपि तीर्थे अङ्गजपयोगः चण्डिकायै कण्डेय उवाच. So, namaskar everybody. Close your eyes and sit for a little time. So namaste, how are you everybody? Slowly open your eyes and pray gratitude to everyone and everything around you. Namaste to you all. We are here today in Rishikesh, in the foots of Himalaya, having a chance to remind ourselves that we are not the human being having spiritual experience, but we are the spiritual being having human experience. And this was the main reason that why I started Satsangs over here, because I just came for 1 month to relax and get a little acquainted with old friends of Rishikesh. But then I started like, why not to transmit this energy which I am receiving to you all over there who are sitting in different parts of the world. That Himalayas are something which is very special, and no matter the modernization of it has been definitely affected, but still the Gangaji is the one such a source that is more than enough to activate all the channels of the body. I felt always a deeper connection with Mother Ganga, because when I first time left my house and came to Himalayas, she was the one who took care of me. She was the one who made me meet a lot of knowledgeable persons, and she is the one who guided me towards the mastery. She is not a river. In fact, in this culture, we found a different way of approach to life, that we try to treat everything with a great respect. That's why anciently they started to say them the god and goddesses, because there is a saying in this country, Yatha Yatha Shankara, Tatha Tatha Kankara. So, till wherever Yatha Yatha Kankara, Tatha Tatha Shankara, wherever there is a stone, there is a presence of God in it, and this is the beauty of this world, that everything what we see from our eyes is the presence of God Himself. If you go in deep, if you try to understand that how the universe was created and how everything came into existence, you will understand that everything came from the God and everything goes back to the God. So everything what we see from our eyes is God. That's why in this country they found a way to treat plants, rivers, mountains, animals in different way. You will be surprised that if you will look the Mohenjo-daro and Harappa civilization, which was a part of this civilization 7,500 years ago, they had a proper drainage system, proper water purification system in that time, 7,000 years ago, proper bathrooms and toilets, proper sewerage system, proper garbage system. They had all this in 7,000 years ago. So it is not like that India or like Bharat has been always so dirty as you see it now. It became dirty because of misunderstanding of knowledge. 500 years in this country was ruled by Muslims, especially from 1100 to 1600 or 1200 to 1700 was very strong. And after that, 2.5 years around 250 years around was Britishers. They killed all the spiritual connection of this country. They disturbed the whole ancient scriptures. There was a library which was one of the world biggest library and biggest university, Nalanda University in Bihar, which is modern Bihar. That time it was Magad. And Aurangzeb burned this library. And can you imagine, the fire in this library was for more than 3 years. For more than 3 years, the fire was there in this library. So how much books would be there, how much scriptures would be there, how much things would have been burned? Can you imagine about that if it is like the fire was there in this library for 3 years? And after that, whatever people remembered by heart, so they was just writing it down again, and that's how the all scriptures came. And lot of adulteration happened. Because there was no freedom. In that time, it was very difficult. You can just lift it up. You can just open this and lift. So in this time, there was like, if people wanted to go to the temple, they needed to pay the tax. And because of this tax, and if they had like special, if you are not Muslim, if you are any other body, you have to pay extra tax to your beliefs. And that was happened in this country. And because of this, lot of mix, lot of adulteration, lot of connections was broken. So then people did not understand that if your connection with nature is not healthy, then you cannot be happy. Because in the other religions which grow up on the different part of the world, they do not have, like especially I'm talking about 1 or 2 religion where they believe so that only the God is the one who has to be worshipped and cared, and nature is just for use, and when you use something, it is not very interesting. So that's why the connection between human and nature was broken, and everything became so dirty. And this is still continued in this country, because now I always say is that we are not Hindus in this country. We are Islamic version of Hinduism. We are like Islamic people. We dress up like Christians, we think like Muslims, and we speak like Muslims, and we are Hindus just by names. So there is no Hindu culture still alive in this country anymore. I'm sorry to say, but it is the fact. Either you agree to me or you not agree to me. It doesn't matter. So because the culture is lost, so the respect to culture is also lost. Because when you are loving something, you cannot make it dirty. If you say the Mother Ganga is my mother, you cannot make Mother Ganga dirty. You cannot go and take and throw garbage over there. If you say the Mother Earth, I love Mother Earth, you cannot make Mother Earth dirty. So it is the thing, if you are doing it, it means you don't mean it. So if respect is lost, if connection is lost, then the things always get mixed up. So that's how the things mixed up here in this country also. And now slowly many people are working hard to bring this back, this connection, because until you don't care them as they belongs to you, they will not be clean and neatness outside. Like you always clean your house. I have often seen the people clean their house is super clean, but as you go outside the house, they just take this garbage and throw somewhere. I have even seen they take the garbage in plastic bags, go and look around that nobody is there, and they just throw into the forest or throw somewhere. I do understand the infrastructure is not proper, they are not, but still, if you want to say that you care about the earth, you love the earth, and this is your mother earth, it is your responsibility to put some efforts in this care. At least try to put it in a proper places. Organic disposals are okay, no problem. Organic disposals, if you even throw, they will finish in 3 to 4 days. But the unorganic ones, the plastic ones and all the dirty ones, this you can just collect them and put in a proper place. There are some places, of course you have to go with your scooter or your walk and put this garbage only on those places. That would be nice. Or now there is a facility from the government that you can ask the people who are coming to the societies, they can take care of all garbage. So try to go in that way, don't do these things, because I will tell you a very strange thing, that the 90% garbage in this country is made by educated peoples. Those who are very educated, those who are very learned people in this country, they make the more garbage. I have often seen the people are driving Skoda or Mercedes or some Lamborghini or some big car they are driving, and they drink this Coca-Cola bottle or some another bottle and they just, or water bottle, and just throw out, or Raffles they are eating and they just throw out from the windows. Often I have seen, because I drive and on the roads I see this, and they are all expensive cars or cars. Even as buying a simple car in India is a normal, not a normal thing. It's need that person have enough money and education. So this is one thing, we, if our connection with nature is not good, spiritual life is not possible. I always says, if you want to enter in the meditation, if you want to go deep inside you, if you want to find that who is real you, the first thing you need to do is you need to connect with nature. If you do not connect with nature, if your connection with nature is not there, then you will be always lost, because you are trying to find the signals of some network company in your mobile without putting a SIM card. SIM card is the card which connects you with the signals which is there here. Like if you are using the Reliance signal or Geo, this signal is already there in this atmosphere. And you just insert this SIM card into your phone. So your phone, before not having any signal, SIM card alone not having any signal, and here in this space lot of signals are there, but these are not having any kind of connection. And as soon as you insert the SIM into the mobile, the connection is being formed. So normally people are trying to look for themselves, trying to find themselves in the today's world, in the spiritual path. It is very difficult to find until you do not build a connection with nature. If you build a connection with nature, then the nature becomes your guide, the nature becomes your guru, the nature teaches you. Like I tell you from my story of life, when I left my home and I wanted to find my master, and I wanted to find that what is all happening, because for me from childhood it was the most strange thing, that what is the sense of life? I was never able to understand. Like everybody is growing up, studying, and after that doing job, having family, and after getting old and dying. If this is the life, I was not interested. So I was interested to find some other meaning of it. So I left my home and I came to Haridwar, and I went to some masters, and I not say that they are bad masters. They know that much which was required there. And I understood that what I am looking for, they are not even searching for that. And so definitely I will not get from them. So I was sitting next to the Gangaji, and I felt that Gangaji is saying me, go up, go up. And then I came to Rishikesh, and that time Rishikesh was totally different. You know, what you see now as the buildings, there was nothing like that. You know, like when you stand on the other side of Lakshman Chula, on this side, Tapovan was not existing. You know, like there was almost no buildings. Only some houses of the villagers who was living before, but like this much buildings, no. This Badrinath road, which you see so big and so much traffic there, hardly one bus passes in one day that time. One bus in one day, you know, like now you can hear the sound so far from here also. So that was the condition that time. I came here, so there was a Baba, Madrasi Baba, who was living on the side of Lakshman Chula, on the upper side. When you go from Lakshman Chula, there the police guy, when these two roads meets, then when you go up and turn right, then you go up, there is a house, old house. It's like kutia, and there was a Madrasi Baba living that time. So I was with him, and he was very honest. He was hardly able to speak Hindi that time, and I was hardly speaking English. So we could not connect by language, but we could connect by our understanding. So I was living with him, and one day he said to me, like, if you want to find what you are finding, you have to go to the root of Gangaji. He's starting. So then my journey started, and I went to Gomu. So what I want to say is, like, not like about my journey, about the connection. Once you build the connection, and then this connection takes you where you want to go. So my connection with Gangaji became like my mother. She's my spiritual mother. I have such a connection with her. Like, I 2 times sank in Gangaji almost. I don't know to swim, but my legs slipped and I went to the Gangaji, and I felt always like she lifted me and put on the bank. 2 times it happened, and both times there was no people around because I was alone, traveling alone. So I felt this connection with her, and I felt that she is guiding. She is taking, okay, not here, not waste your time here. So she was guiding me like this. So that's why I say, when you want to enter into the spiritual path, when you want to discover yourself, when you want to at least understand what is the meaning of life, why are you here, what all this drama is happening, because it's like a drama. You just see online dramas, offline dramas, and this is like real dramas happening every day. If you will say 2 relationship of people, man and a woman, it's not less than a movie. It's happening so much into it. So for me, this is just a drama is happening. And if you understand how it is happening, why it's happening, then you don't get affected by it. Then you enjoy it. If you are crying also, you are enjoying your crying. If you are laughing also, you are enjoying your laugh. But till you don't understand, till you don't get the bigger picture, like when we see the half picture, we get the half idea. We don't understand full. But as soon as we see the full picture, we understand everything, and then the issues, the doubts regarding this context disappears. And same way, this bigger picture of the world is also existing. As soon as you see the bigger picture of the world, you get detached to this world. You are not now affected. You are enjoying everything. You can do everything what you want, but you will not be affected. You cannot go into depression. That is the only one advantage of spiritual life, that you cannot be depressed. You can cry, but you cannot be depressed. You cannot be sad. You cannot be in depression. You can cry. Cry is a natural emotion. Cry and laugh are natural emotions. So we do not cry only by sadness. We sometimes cry by laughter also. Sometimes cry just by some emotion also. Crying is not a problem, but sadness and the depression will not happen to you. So the bigger picture, if you want to search in your life, you need to connect with nature somehow. And this connection with nature can be done in many ways. I always say that one first day when people come to me, I say, okay, go back and just buy 5 rupees of biscuit packet, start to feed dogs. Just take a 5 rupees, not a big thing, like a 5 rupees is not a big deal. You just can take and give, in this around like 8 to 10 pieces are there. You can give 10 dogs. So you connect with 10 dogs. Already your connection started to build. As soon as you start to connect with animals, then at least one plant, at least one tree, you put by your hands and take care of this. You will see farmers who are like naturally into the nature, who enjoy their work and who are not too much into the dreams. They are never sad. If you go to the mountains, people are doing so much hard work, from morning to evening. Even if you walk there, you feel like, so breathing is short. So they are doing all this whole day, but they don't feel depressed, they don't feel tired, because they enjoy the connection with nature. So if you put one tree, definitely you open your channels. I can guarantee you, nobody in this world can open his Kundalini without putting one tree in the earth. Impossible. It's not possible. Why? Because Mooladhara is Ganesha. The Lord of Mooladhara is Ganesha. And Ganesha is a materialistic god. He is not a spiritual god. If you will read all text about Ganesha, he's never talking about something spiritual, not meditation, not dhyana, not something. He's always talking about material life. He's talking about how to make material life good. And material thing directly coming from where? From nature. It means if you put a tree in nature, you try to start to make your material life healthy. And as soon as this tree goes there and accepts it and it starts to grow, then only it is possible you can go inside yourself. Without that, it is impossible. That's why in this country, before, when somebody was coming to some masters, the masters were saying, okay, you came to ashram, put one tree, and until you are here, take care of this tree. So they put one tree and they take care of this. And by the he take cares of this tree, master understand that what kind of practice he need. Because how you put the tree, how you take care of the tree, this will show you what kind of person you are. And master can understand what meditation will work for you, what practice will work for you, or you really need this spiritual life or not. Because this is also one question, like most of the people are here in Rishikesh and looking for spirituality, but maybe they don't need it. If it is not your need, you will not enjoy it. And that's why you will see when people are in the spirituality for more than 5, 7, 10 years, they are in kind of depression or in kind of lost, because it is not their thing which they wanted. They just saw, oh, my friends are practicing yoga, or my friends are practicing meditation, so I should also go and do this. If your friend wanted this, if your friend was doing this, maybe it was not your need. So master understand that, okay, he is doing this, maybe it's not his need, so he tells you. But sometimes master waits when we don't learn. Like I was with my yogic master in the Himalayas and I was practicing yoga. I practiced around like 5 years, and after one day I realized that it is not my path, it is not my way, it is not working as it has to work for me. And I was practicing 18 hours per day, not like you do like 3-4 hours or maybe 1 hour, it's enough. 18 hours when you practice, your whole body channels according to the system. And the traditional yogic path is you cannot practice more than 4 asana in one day. More than 4 asana, if you practice in one day, it will disturb your immune system. It will break down your immune system, and it will never let you go into the spiritual path if you practice more than 4 asanas. And these 4 asanas should have connection. They should not be random, that you took Sirsasana from there, Vajrasana from there, and you took like Naukasana from boat pose from there, and then you took the Garudasana from there. No, it should be in like a connection. So I was doing that, and if you practice yoga seriously with some master, you will understand. He not let you sleep. A real master of yoga will not let you sleep. You have to sleep only in yogasana. If you can sleep in yogasana, that much permission he will give you. But in really, he will not. Plus, yoga is not a community thing. It is not for the community. It is for something isolation. That's why in this history, in last 10,000 years, the yoga was never taught to society. It was taught only to the people who was coming to caves, somewhere in the forest, who was not living with the society. Once you live with the society, the yoga will kill your social life. I'm sorry. It will kill your social life, it will kill your relationship, it will kill your family, it will kill everything. It was, I call it, yoga is a greedy girlfriend. Yoga is a greedy girlfriend. It just like only alone to be with you. Nobody else it can allow you. So that's how it works. If you will see, I often say about this, around you, you will find that these things are somehow resembling. I have one friend, he lives in Moscow, and he came to Rishikesh. I met him over here. He's a student of one of my friend who is also a yoga teacher and yoga guru. And this guy is also, he has very good knowledge about yoga. He teaches very authentically. But the thing is, the people who are coming to him are not the yogics. They are materialistic people. And when you teach right thing also to the wrong people, the effect always come wrong. It will not come right. So he came to him. He's a CEO in some company in Moscow. So he came to him and he started to teach him yoga, and he learned. And after 2-3 days, he just asked me. I was living with my friend to work, helping him on a project in 60 kilometers from here. So this guy, he asked me, Mitra, what you think, like yoga is good for me or not? I said, like, how you want? He said, like, I want to practice seriously. I said, then not good. But you know the Western people, they never listen you, they just ask you. So that happens always, but it's not a problem. You don't have to expect that people will listen to you. You just have to say what is truth. They listen, not listen, it's their life. So he went back and continued practice. 2 years he was practicing. I was in St. Peter's, I remember it was in 2019. It was in 2019, I was in University Prospect, and I received his call. Mitra-ji, where are you? I said, I am in University Prospect. And he said, like, can you come to my place and we can have coffee? I said, okay. His wife and daughter lives in St. Peters. He lives in Moscow. So he was in St. Peters. He called me. I went to him. So he didn't talk with me in the house. We went to a coffee house outside. And he said, something is wrong. I said, I know. I knew it 2 years ago also. Something is wrong. So he said, like, before, when the weekend used to come, I felt joy. I have a 3-year-old daughter, so I felt joy that I will go home, I will play with my daughter, I will spend time with my wife. And now, if the weekend comes, I feel sad. Oh no, 2 more days I won't be able to practice. I have to go there, give time to my family, but I will lose my 2 days. And now I don't love playing with my daughter. I don't love spend time with my wife. 2 years later, he came to same conclusion which I said. Like, it's not your. But this is what master cannot do. If he will say in the beginning, you would say, he's the book, he knows nothing, you know. And but when it goes by your experience, you understand it. But still, there are people are crazy, you know, like they even understand that, but they still do the mistakes, continue doing this mistake because they gone into the system. And I told him, like, you have to stop practicing yoga totally, absolutely. He said, that is not possible. Now I'm so much into the yoga that I cannot stop practicing. I said, then forget about the family. Because then you will not feel this connection with the family. Okay, you are working, so you will take care of the family. But the connection will be lost. And that's what happened. The connection lost. The connection gone. He is not able to connect. He is not able to connect with his family. So why it is happening? Understand one thing. If a car is made for driving, it will drive only on the road. It will not fly. And if a boat is made for swimming, like floating, then it will float. It will not run on the roads. Why something was invented? You have to go into the root of that to understand what was the purpose of this invention. Otherwise, you won't be able to understand. You can buy very expensive phone, but you cannot drive this expensive phone, but you can drive. You can buy 200,000 now. An iPhone model, the new version is almost 200,000. So you buy this 200,000 phone, but you cannot sit on it and drive because it's not made for this. It is made for calling. And same way, the bike, the motorcycles, you buy the expensive or Harley Davidson, something like 1.2 million something. You buy, but you cannot talk with this bike because it's made for driving. So if you are wise, you see the things, what is the purpose when they was created. Because now everything is mixed up. Now who is selling, he is just interested in the money which is lying in your pocket. Whoever is selling now, even me, okay, very clear. Whoever is selling anything, he is just interested in one thing, how much money is there in your pocket and how he can take it out. No matter he say I am spiritual or whatever, blah, 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 it is okay. But the fact is this. So he will not deliver the correct information to you. That is for sure. Some informations will be like you are selling something, you are doing marketing. Will you tell negative about your product? You will never tell anything negative about your product. Why? Because if you will tell negatives, this can create a confusion. Not even a single person in this world till now except me is talking negative things about yoga. Is saying what are the disadvantages, what are the side effects of yoga. Only I am saying it. Because you should know positive and negative of it. And then if you want, go ahead. It's your life. I am not saying that you should not do. But you should do after understanding that what will come to your life. Are you ready for it? If not ready for it, then don't go for it. That's what I said in the beginning. Maybe this spiritual life is not your need. Maybe just you tired from your job. Maybe just you tired from your relationship. Maybe just you tired from how the men are behaving around you or how women are behaving around you. And maybe you just come for a break. You're really not looking for spiritual life. You're really not looking for some serious practices. Maybe you just took out yourself for a small break. And break is not spirituality. Break is not spirituality. Spirituality is a total life, a total surrendering to some path. If you go to yoga, go like yoga in a traditional way. Practice yama, niyamas, asanas, pranayamas, pratyaharas, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Go in a proper way. And for that also need to practice with yama. I will say you will understand how difficult it is to practice. Ahimsa. What is ahimsa? Non-violence. Non-violence. Mansa, vacha, karma. Means from mind. Can you do non-violence from mind? Sometimes. Very good answer. Sometimes only we can do non-violence by mind. Most of the time we are violenting either others, either ourselves. Like, if you are not doing violence against others, it doesn't mean you are practicing non-violence. If you are doing violence against you, it is also a violence. If you don't like your body, it is also a violence. If you don't like your face, it is also a violence. If you don't like yourself, it is also a violence. If you don't like others, I can understand. I have no problem if you don't like others. But if you don't like yourself, it is more dangerous. If you don't like others, you can avoid him. But if you don't like yourself, how you will avoid yourself? And this is the biggest problem now. People don't like themselves and they are just running. Some people, if you will see, they cannot be alone. They cannot be alone even for a little time. If they are alone, they just turn on the music or they just take phone and start to scroll something or put headphones or try to do something. They cannot sit peacefully because themselves, they start to eat themselves. So if you are doing mental violence against yourself, it's also violence. If you're doing against others, it is also violence. So first itself, very beginning itself fails. Forget about others, now I have to go to Satya, then Aste, then Brahmacharya, then Aparigraha. All will fail one by one, definitely. Mental, physical, emotional, non-violence. It's not possible. Satya, truth, mental, physical, emotional, it is also not possible. We are lying sometimes to ourselves also. Forget about others. I am not talking about others. I am talking only about ourselves. We are lying to ourselves most of the time. We are not accepting our dark part. We are not accepting bad we. We have some dark side also. No? Everybody has. Nobody in this world is without dark side. If you talk about the Rama also had a dark side. If you talk about Krishna also had a dark side. It's not only Ravana had a dark side. It's not only, if you talk about Jesus also had a dark side. But we hide their dark side to make them more glorious. That is how the manipulation of religion happens. We hide their dark sides to make them more glorious. And we fantasize their bright side. So we also have dark side and we don't accept it. We say, no, it's not me. It's not me, I'm just hiding it. But if you're not accepting it, how the truth will happen to you? The truth means your being, your total acceptance. The truth for me is the total acceptance. When you accept everything as it is without a feeling of a change, and you just start to enjoy, you start to enjoy the death, you start to enjoy the birth. If you can enjoy the birth, why not death? If I put a candle, and when I put the candle and when the light came, I enjoy. But when it turned off, I need to be sad? No. Then that's how is the happening with the life. Life is coming and going. And it is coming to our direction, our dimension. It is going from our dimension. It is not disappearing totally. It is coming to our dimension and it is going out from our dimension. We are able to see only this particular time. It was existing before also and it is existing after also. Just we are not able to see. Like for an example, you are standing on near the sea beach and you see that some ship is going away from you. Is going and becomes small and disappear. What happened? Ship sink in the water? No. It just entered into that dimension which is beyond your eyes. And suddenly there is nothing over there, and suddenly pop up, boom, one ship appears and start to come towards you. He was under the water before and now it came. No. It was out of your dimension, came into that. So birth means somebody who was existing somewhere, but from this dimension he came to your dimension and you started to see him. And death means only this, that somebody entered to such dimension where you cannot see. When you are able to see the ghost, because in Tantra it is one of the part, and when you are able to see the ghost, they are same like humans, they have same problems like humans. Same problems like humans. Ghost and you are nothing different. You have physical body, they don't have physical body, that's all is the difference. What mind you have, what thoughts you have, what problems you have, they are same. That's why those people commit suicide, they remain ghost for thousands of years. Thousands of years. That's why some of the masters says that suicide is the biggest crime on the earth. Because not because that you are killing yourself, because you are getting into a trap from which it will be hard for you to go out. And what is this all birth and death? This is all your own traps. You put your traps. Nobody else. There is not God who is standing with some stick and holding one knife in one hand and ready to punish you. There is no such God existing. It's you who are punishing yourself. It's you who are pleasing yourself. The day you stop to punish yourself, you become joyful. And this is, if you will notice deeply in your behavior, it is from childhood. First, the parents was doing okay, some programming helped over there, but after that, you started to do. Because if you will calculate, like all of we are sitting here, most of us, like more than 10 years outside the house, almost, more than that. So if you are more than 10 years, you are outside the house, it means more than 10 years you are by your own. If you are more than 10 years by your own, it means there is nobody to punish you over there, like your parents, mother or father. So it means you are punishing yourself. And this is the thing which is because of non-acceptance. We are not able to accept ourselves. So Satya means a total acceptance. Somebody asked me, why I wear black? I said, it is my practice. Black has no rejections. Black is the color which accepts everything. White means something which is not accepting anything, and black means something which is accepting everything. That's why the color of yoga is white and the color of Tantra is black. Tantra means total acceptance and yoga means total non-acceptance. Absolutely non-acceptance. That's why yoga cannot stay with the world, because it's based on total non-acceptance. You cannot accept anything. There is no if and but. There is no left and right. It is just straight. But it is the shortest path in the spiritual world. This is true. Yoga is the most authentic and most shortest path to enlightenment in a spiritual world, only if you practice as exactly it is asked for. If you practice in the normal world, maybe in 10 lives also you cannot do anything. But if you go to forest, live in some cave, in 12 years you can get enlightenment, I can guarantee you. 12 years. You give me 12 years and I can guarantee you that you will get enlightened in 12 years. Just 12 years. But you have to do everything what I will say, what yoga demands for. If you do that, it is possible. 12 years. Tantra takes one life almost. 24 years actually it takes, but Tantra takes 24 years because it is total acceptance. And when you accept, you cannot accept without working on yourself. You have to work on your emotions. Yoga is a work on body, physical body. Tantra is a work on mind. Understanding? Like when you are doing yoga, you are working on your physical body. And when you work on your physical body, the nadis and channels you are working, and that's your consciousness is changing by that. But in Tantra, you are not doing any asana. No? You are not doing some physical postures. It is totally the path of mind. You are using mantras, you are using mudras, you are using myasas, mathunas, so makaras you are using. So this is the path of mind. You work on your mind. So you accept everything. And acceptance, when it comes to your life, you start to see the bigger picture. You start to see this bigger picture. And when you start to see the bigger picture, you stop to oppose. Many people go for Vipassana and they come back from Vipassana and do the same things what they was doing before, after also saying nothing changes. Now it is a trend, so if I will speak, because I am speaking online, so people will get crazy. Let them get crazy, I'm not worried about it. I'm never thinking what people will think, because I always believe that if you know what you're doing, even the whole world goes against you, you don't care about it. And I am that kind of person. I don't care about it, what the world thinks about me. If I know what I know is correct. So Vipassana will break down your brain. Maybe you can understand that something good has happened, but in long term, nothing good has happened. I found a people who did Vipassana 20 times. They should be definitely stupid. Definitely. Because Vipassana is one-time job. And how originally Vipassana was made? Vipassana is actually a trick from technique from Vijnana Bhairav Tantra from Shiva, 10,000 years old. But the Buddha modified it. And what Buddha was doing, that he used to send the monks to the cremation area, like where bodies was burning. And he has to live 4 months over there. And every day he has to meditate on burning body and feel like his body is burning. His body is burning. And when his body burns, he feels this pain. In 4 months, this thing happens, he goes beyond the body. And what now they are doing on the name of Vipassana is not already Vipassana. Because it means they are just practicing something, I don't know what they are practicing, but Vipassana means total acceptance. You accepted the death fully. Now there is nothing which can more give fears to you. Okay, this is a good practice for long sittings and all, that is a different thing. But understand, spiritual path is not a physical path. It's more the mind. More your mind has to understand. Physical, your body, you can do many things. I have seen people who are in different kinds of practices from 15, 20, 30 years, but still they get in depression. How? Why? Because they are cheating themselves. Every time they are cheating themselves. They think, maybe this will work, this will work, this will work, this will work. Without understanding, even you know what it is. There was a story happened in my life. Like there was a person who was sick, and he was super sick. So he had lots of medicine in the hospital, and the doctors have finally said that we cannot do anything with this person. And then they called me, and I said, like, stop giving him medicine. And they said, he will die if you will stop giving him medicine. I said, no, he will not die. Just stop giving him medicine. And within 3 to 4 days, he started to recover without medicine. And they said, how it happened? I said, because doctors give him so much medicine, now everything he have already. He just don't need anything from outside. Everything he has, this medicine, let them work, let them go in the process, let them bring to the effect, let them go out. Whatever you need, you already have. Already you know. I'm not telling you anything new. Is I'm telling you anything new? No. I'm not telling you anything new. What you need, you already have. But because of your attention has shifted to the physical outer world, is not on your mind, you're not able to see it. If a woman is practicing yoga for 10 years and she's in depression from 3 years, can't she see this? That yoga has disturbed her life? Yes, she can see it, but she don't want to see it. Why? Because yoga is bringing money. It's bringing a lot of money. She's ready to live depressive life. She's ready to go and spend this money on psychiatrist. But she's not ready to leave yoga. Because if I will not do yoga, what I will do? I cannot do anything normal. Like this is the one question when I meet a women, when I go in the West, yoga instructors who are in depression, and I always meet such people, call them. And they say, if I not do yoga, what I will do? How I will eat bread? I said, okay, if you choose that you have to live with the depression, then it's your choice. I cannot do anything. I'm sorry. I know yoga better than you. I know yoga better than any of the yoga teacher. But I don't do it. I don't teach it at all. I can tell you in each and every asana which nadi is working, where the prana is moving. I am guaranteeing you that you will hardly find a yoga teacher who can tell you which asana is connected with which nadi. Hardly. Hardly I am saying. Means hardly means almost not. But I am not teaching it because I understand its effect. So, this much braveness you have to come that you will do it and I will not. Okay, if you are teaching, teach. No, why are you doing it? Okay, I am ready. If you cheat others, I have no problem. You teach them, no problem. But don't cheat yourself. You can cheat the whole world. Nothing is harmful for you. But if you will cheat yourself, it will be hard for you to grow. So, if you want to understand all this, you need to connect with nature. Put a plant, feed the animals, buy someday some bananas and feed the cows. And move your hands. Of course, your hand will get dirty, no problem. You can wash it, it's not an issue. Put your hand on the cow. Those people who are in depression, the cow have this special nadi here, this is neck, which is like a big skin in front. You just massage this and see. Just massage it like this. You will see your mood changes. Immediately your mood changes. Nature has power for healing each and everything. We just need to connect. It's more important to connect with nature than to connect with any kind of practice, than to connect with any kind of philosophies. Like people often ask me, Mitra, what are you? Vegetarian, non-vegetarian, raw, vegan? I say them, I'm a conscious eater. Then they ask me, what are you? You believe in religion, Shiva, Krishna, or Christianity or Islam? I say, I'm a conscious believer. They say, what is this? I say, I'm a conscious human. I do the things which is required for me. I not make myself in some box like I'm a raw vegan and I will not eat a bread. Why? Maybe some babushka is cooking in Pechka and it will be very nice and tasty and I will take and have it, enjoy it. I will not lose this movement because I am a raw vegan. No, I am not a raw vegan, no something. I am a conscious eater. We have to build this life conscious awareness to ourselves. Forget about the world, to ourselves. So at least we can accept the things without any hesitations, which is required by body. Sometimes people become vegetarian, or especially vegan, not vegetarian, vegan. And their skin start to get old. And then say, Mitra-ji, I'm getting old, my skin is getting wrinkles. I say, of course it will get you, no? You choose to be vegan. You will get old. You will get much more fast older. I'm 50 plus. You see, my skin. I'm 50 plus. And I'm not eating meat. I have eaten. I'm not eating meat. But I'm drinking milk every day. Some protein is required. If protein deficiency is there in your body, your skin will get old. It is natural. You will see the people who eat fish or who drinks good quality of milk, they get older more slow than other people. Why? Because they enrich good amount of protein in the diet. And when protein is less in the diet, so don't run behind some philosophies because somebody is writing good post about them on internet. I always say I have a very simple philosophy of life. I listen to only two people. One who is more happier than me, another who is more healthier than me. And if I will not meet those people, I will never listen to them. I will not listen to put any attention to their words, which is hard to find, but still, if somebody is saying that this guy is like a dietitian and he is the scientist of nutrition and everything, and he give me something and I see him that his body is having deficiency, because I can scan the bodies. If you are sitting in front of me, I can tell you what and all problems you have in the health by without touching your body. So I see that if he himself is not healthy and he is a scientist of nutrition, I will not believe it. Because if your knowledge is not helping yourself, it is stupid knowledge. It is just informations. It is just garbage. Knowledge and information is different in such a way. Knowledge changes your life. Information does not. Information gives you pressure, headache. Those people who get often headache, it means they have a lot of information. Throw these informations out. You don't need it. So you will stop to have the headache. Migraine means you are carrying more than your capacity. Migraine has simple meaning. Migraine means you are carrying in your head more than your capacity. You can carry only 1 kg. You are carrying 20 kg and walking with this 20 kg. Throw it. Why you need it? Your life is not going to collapse without it. You just need to make yourself relaxed from this, free from this. And then when you are free, you can think, you can understand. How many of you will give yourself a hug every day? Huh? Sibyagni myself. Huh?
Yeah. Always.
That's very important. We are talking about hugging others. Hugging others is also a good thing. But you have to hug yourself also. Because when this love is required. This touch is required. When you hug yourself, you touch yourself, your body feels like you really like it. Because it is not you. I'm saying it again. This body is not you. You have this body right now. And if you will not pay attention to your body, if you will not love your body, if you will not touch your body, if you will not give love to your body will disconnect with you. It will disconnect. And once it disconnected, whatever you do, it will not become healthy. It will not become happy. And when your body is getting disconnected, how to understand this? It will start to give you small health issues. Small. First headache will come, or something wrong with the stomach will happen. Some small things are coming. You understand it and start to connect it, you can heal it. Then, if you not listen, it will give you some big problems like diabetes or something, some big issues. If you still not listen, then it start to give you more big diseases. So, diseases mean nothing. Disease means that you are not paying attention to your body. 35 years, I was born with sickness. I was born with tuberculosis of lung. Born, like I came out and doctor analyzes that I have tuberculosis of lung. And now from almost 35 years, 33 for sure, I have not taken any kind of medicine regarding anything. A child who is born with medicines, who is born and the first thing after mother's milk was given to him was a medicine, has not taken from last 33 years any medicine. Why? Because when I left my home, I started to connect with nature. I understood that if you listen to your body tells everything. Sometimes, I also make mistake. I also not listen. Recently I went to somewhere and I had pizza with some of my friends. And when the pizza came, I didn't like it. The pizza, it appeared in front of me, my body said no. But my friend was sitting and I did not wanted to offend another person, so I just started to have this pizza. And I had this pizza and I was walking and I came back home and the gas started and acidity started. And I was trying to sleep, it didn't allow me to sleep. My body will not allow me to sleep if I have eaten something wrong. It doesn't allow me. And that's how you can also train your body. Your body will say you everything clear. So then I said, okay, finally I give up, I listened to you. I came, I drank 2.5 liters of water, went to the bath, make vomiting, threw up everything out. All the pizza came out. As it is, it was in the stomach. It came out, all the cheese and pizzas, and I could sleep very peacefully. Next morning I was very light and healthy. So this thing is like you need to connect with yourself. Spirituality is nothing but a total acceptance and of the world, exterior world, and a connection of yourself with your body. That is spirituality for me. That you connect with yourself. Okay, so today you have some questions, anybody? Вопрос есть? Да. Okay. Somebody asked online that what is the utility of Vajrasana? I'm not teaching asanas, okay, thank you. He wanted to ask like what is Vajrasana, how, which nadis is working. No, I'm not interested in teaching. I will teach only those people who are above 50, and if somebody is among them is physically coming to me and learning, I will teach them, because after 50 it can be practiced, but before 50, no. Sorry guys, it is a time for you to have relationships, sex, material life, job, everything. It is not time for you to go into asanas. I will not do it. Thank you. So what you have? Что, Вадим?
Все очень понятно.
What exactly means
Tantra. Yeah, it is always interesting for people. See, understand, there are three philosophies in this country which has been grown from time to time. There are many school of thoughts, but if you categorize all the school of thoughts, they will come into three categories. One is a yogic category, one is a tantric category, and the third one is bhakti, bhaktas. So they have a different philosophy. Yoga says if you want to be free from something, don't do it. Leave it. Don't start. So yoga says if you want to be free from smoking, don't start. Or leave. Don't do it. Don't repeat it. Okay? So this is the philosophy of yoga. The philosophy of tantra is totally opposite of yoga. The philosophy of tantra says if you want to be free from something, do it. But be aware. Do it consciously. Your consciousness should be there with you 24/7 if you are doing something. So you will not get attached to it. Bhakti says, okay, these two was very difficult. To not to do or to do consciously, both are very difficult. I am sleepy person, like Bhakti philosophy saying, I am sleepy person. I cannot do so strict there and not so strict there. So what can I do? So Bhakti says, if you cannot do anything, whatever you do, surrender it. Understand? Yoga is saying, if you want to be free, don't do it. Tantra is saying, if you want to be free, do it consciously. And Bhakti is saying, if you want to be free, just surrender what you do. And these are three basic philosophies of this country, and all the thought of schools comes in them. All the different thought of schools. Tantra particularly in the West is different. The Western Tantra is not our Tantra. The word is Tantra, is not Tantra. The sound is coming because of the problem of English language. Like Yog became Yoga, Shiv became Shiva, Krishna became Krishna, Tantra became Tantra. Because British people cannot pronounce those words with a sharp ending. Like in Russian letters, you have like this V and this V, like a soft ending and hard ending. So they don't have this in English. So they cannot pronounce sharp ending words. So that's why they make a sound with it. So Tantra became Tantra. Tantra means system. Any system, any organized system to transform something into something. It can be anything. Like you have this respiratory system. You are breathing in oxygen and throwing out carbon dioxide. So this breathing system in the language, it's called Shwasan Tantra. Means it is a Tantra. Digestive system is called Pachan Tantra. Same way, like you have a house, we are sitting in a house, you have concrete, you have bricks, you have cement, you have wood, you have everything, but everything is different, like they are not connected. So the system to connect them together is called Vastu Tantra. So Tantra basically is a science, is a nauka, is a science which can show you the system in which you can put and transform the things into something very meaningful or something very different. Tantra is also used to connect with different dimension species. Like we are not the only humans in this world. we are not the only humans. We have ghosts, which is very close to us, which is almost every time next to us, almost every time. They are living same in those places like we are living. Everywhere in the world, they are our ghosts. And in the Christian countries and Muslim countries, the number of ghosts are more than here. More than here. And if you go to some countries, you can really see it. Like whenever I go to some country or some city, the first thing I like to visit is their cemetery. Like the way they bury this graveyard. I go and I visit this place and I see that they are alive there. So Tantra gives you a possibility to connect with different dimensions, in which first is ghost. Then there are, I will not call them demon, because demon in the Western understanding is a wrong word, because you take it always as negative. In West means demon means the negative, something negative. But in Eastern understanding, there is no negative and positive. In Eastern understanding, things are existing. The knife is there, you can kill somebody also, and you can cut vegetables also. So in Eastern understanding, what you will call knife, you will call good or bad. You cannot call him good or bad. So good and bad, I will not say. So demon is not a right word, because you will not get the word. I will say pret. Pret is a word which is something same like ghost, but little more dense than ghost, who are for more longer time. Like somebody did a very strong thing here, especially like people who are very highly achieved in the social material world, or they are demonic or non-demonic over there, it doesn't matter. It's like Hitler and like Mahatma Gandhi, or like Mother Teresa, or like some Cleopatra, or like some famous people, like who did not get free from this birth and death. So these people go and become prey. They not get human life very easily, because they was very strong personalities. If you are a very strong personality in life and you not get enlightened, and you don't know how to take rebirth, if you don't know how to take another birth, like I said in my life, before dying, I will just write down that in which house I will be born in the next life, before I die in this life. So if you do not have built this path in this life, you can, and you have a very strong personality, so you can go and become a prey and stay in this for a long time. Then after this, higher to this, those who are more elevated, they become pisach. Pisach is also considered as negative, but they are not negative. They have pisach, then have dankini, then have shakini, then have gandharvas, and then have gods, which you call devtas. They have. And after that, there is like Tridev, like Rudra, Brahma, and Vishnu. And after that, there is a formless god, which we call Shiva, or whatever name you want to give and call. Shiva is not the person with a blue skin and holding a trishula and having a snake in the neck. This is not Shiva, I am saying. Shiva is the name of the formless one. When this form comes, it's Rudra. But because the Rudra is like a direct reincarnation of the formless one, that's why many times people call it Shiva. Like if you don't know anybody's name, you can say him human. But he has human, he's human, but also he have his personal name. Like in I don't know, in every country they have this kind of name. Like you say Chilavik, or like something like, you don't know the particular name of that person. So that's why you can call them Shiva also, call Rudra Shiva also, but he is Rudra. He is not Shiva. Shiva is the name for the formless one. That's why they say Shivoham, Shivoham. It doesn't mean that I am Rudra, I am Shiva. Shiva is the formless one. We are also all the formless one, but it is too early to accept it. So then this, all this connection, all this dimension, they live here, but not in what dimension we live. They live in different dimensions. You understand, no? Dimensions. So how to connect with these dimensions? This knowledge comes in front. How to connect with different goddesses, how to connect with different energies. Like, because sometimes somebody asked, how you will say what are these goddesses and all. I said they are energy centers. They are like energy centers, like Matangini. Matangini is a goddess which is responsible for all kinds of music, art, and dance. So it is such an energy center that if you will connect with this energy center, naturally the energy of music, art, and dance will start to flow in you. How to connect with this dimension, how to connect with this goddess, how to connect with this energy center, this knowledge is given by Tantra. With the help of mantras, with the help of mudras, with the help of timings and rituals and some fire practices. This is a part of Tantra. What Tantra has gone to West is only like 2% space is there. It is called Kama Tantra. There is like a Tantra which is called sexual Tantra. But it is devoted to man and a woman life, but without a sexual interpretation. Like in Tantra, you cannot have sex. It is like you can sit naked in front of each other and activate your body, but you cannot have sex. There is no sexual practice in Tantra. But all this sexual practice goes to Aghoraism. There are some sexual practices there, or most of the sexual practices are the part of Kama Sutra. So in the West, what they are selling on the name of Tantra is Kama Sutra. It's not Tantra. What you understand in the West as a Tantra is Kama Sutra. Just in the West, people are not brave. 2000 years, somebody tell them that sex is bad. Somebody tell them 2000 years that sex is a sin. Sex is a guilt. You are born from guilt. And how they will accept sex? So they don't accept sex as a spiritual practice. Then what happens? Then some wise people, they change the cover. Oh, it's what is there inside? You know it? Inside this bottle? No, you don't know. You can expect maybe water, maybe milk, maybe alcohol. Anything can be inside because you cannot see from outside. So what they do, they just cover up and put inside the sex. They put the cover of Tantra and put inside sex. Now they can serve you sex on the name of Tantra and you will not feel guilty. That is the only trick which they are using in the West. But it is also good and it is also required. Because people are losing this, even intimacy they are losing. Even the intimacy in the man and woman is disappearing in the West. You know, the reason is not the Kama Sutra or Tantra or some other thing. Reason is open-heartedness. Most of the time, I found like people, those who go to the polygamic relationships or polygamic behaviors, they don't open their heart. They cannot love somebody from open heart. And when you not love somebody from open heart, either you sleep with this person for one night or for all life, that person will not feel you. That person will not feel your support. That person will feel alone. Sometimes you are sleeping with your husband 10 years in the bed and you feel you are sleeping alone. Sometimes you are sleeping with your boyfriend or a girlfriend in the bed and you are feeling that you are sleeping alone. How it's possible? Because the heart is closed. You are not able to feel. I always say, no matter you practice polygamy, monogamy, it's your personal thing. I have nothing to say about it. For me, everything is correct. But whatever you practice, try to go to another person with an open heart. People say there is a problem, then somebody can hit your heart. You can have a heartbreak. I said, I am sorry, there is never heartbreak. There is only expectation break. Heartbreak, such thing is an illusion. There is no heartbreak. I am sorry, ladies. I am sorry. There is no such thing heartbreak. There is no such thing love failure. There is no such thing betrayal. There is no such things. They are different emotions and this is all results of your expectations. Only one thing if you do not have in life, you can be really joyful. That is expectation. Nobody can make me sad in my life because I do not have expectation from it. I love people. I care about them. I give them what I can give. But what they give, I accept it also. There are a lot of people who not speak good about me. I accept it also. Okay, good. At least they are talking about me. But you need to have this open heart to have the material life experience. But yoga will close your heart. Yoga will make your heart strong. After 5 years of practice of yoga, I could not cry. I could not have tears. My heart became so stony. Then my master told me that you have to learn to cook and I started cooking. When I started cooking, even dog did not eat my food first day. Can you imagine? Such a bad emotion person I was, like. Even dog was not interested in my food. It took me 1 week to prepare food. After 1 week, the dog ate. Only I was eating my food, nobody else. After 1 week, when I cooked and I offered a dog, and he was eating, and I was just sitting and watching like this. And the tears flow from my eyes. Emotions are very important to enjoy this world. Don't make yourself stone. Stones are good to build walls, not the beauty of the life. The life beauty is always beyond the walls. Either this side or that side, but not in the wall. So keep your heart open. Some people say it will be hurt. I said, okay, hurt then what? At least if your heart is open, something bad can come, then it can go also. But if something bad has come already and you close, then it will stay inside. All the psychological traumas in the West is the biggest issue. Every second person in the West, especially women, they are going through some traumas. Every third woman is either raped by their relatives or cousins or somebody. Every fourth woman is going to a psychiatrist because of these traumas. This is not normal. This is not human. We are here to celebrate the life. Why we are struggling? Why we are fighting? For what? Because somebody is using our emotions to run his business. You know, big market is there of business. Everybody is manipulating you to get money from your pocket. That's the only purpose in this world. When women, I last time explained that when women was sitting nicely in the home and they do something, it was not like every woman who is in the home is in a problem. You know, I can make you meet a lot of women, like even my mother, even my brother's wife. They are at home and they are happy to be at home. They don't want to work because they work. My brother's wife was wanted to work for some time, and my brother said, okay, it's your choice, you go work. And she worked for a little time and she understood, no, better at home. So much pressure, who will handle? So, if it is not a compulsion, women should have this freedom. Why women is in stress? There has to be a thought. We did not give the freedom to women to work and not to work. Now she has compulsion. She has to work. Otherwise, no support is there. Why we need marriage? Because society is failed. There is no society, that's why we need marriage to grow up the children. If society is strong, if every children can be taken care, marriage is not more required. There is no need of marriages. Because we care only for ours, we are the selfish people, that's why this marriage, families and all these institutions are working. If we are not selfish, if we can take care of others' children also like we take care of ours, then there would be no need of all this. Like you come to Vrindavan to me, we are taking care of the children who don't have fathers, who have mother who cannot work. I said, okay, you live by your life, give your children to us, we will take care of it. No need to worry about it. So the whole problem of the life is gone. If they have a children at home, they need to go somehow, she's alone. She has to go for work, she has to do somehow earn money, send this child to the school. We say, okay, if it is like this, give to us. We will take it. Society has to be strong. If society is weak, everybody will have more pressure. And modern companies who are making either this fridge, AC, TV, cars, your phones, your internet, they do not want you to live in strong society. They don't want this society to be strong. They want this society to be weak. Because if weak society is there, suppose we, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We 7 people are sitting here. If we suppose live in one house, suppose we live in one house. Okay, I know, I understand that for women it is difficult, but if this house have 7 rooms, okay, so we live in one house. You understand, we need only one fridge. Maybe we can manage only by one fridge. If we live in 7 houses, we need 7 fridge. If we live in one house, we can manage with one stove. If we live in 7 houses, we need 7 stoves. If we live in one house, maybe we can manage with like 2 or 3 scooters maximum. But if we live in 7 houses, we will need 7 scooters. If we live in one house, we can manage with one electric bill, one big few air conditioners, and one time maintenance of the house. But if we live in 7 houses, everything becomes more and more expensive. If you will live alone, the life will become more expensive, and that is the whole motto of these marketing companies. They do not want. Why yoga is promoted? Why these companies are promoting yoga? Because yoga will make you live alone, and that somehow fits with their marketing plan. That somehow shoots them. That you will live alone, then you will buy up everything. So they will somehow will make you push. They are not supporting really tantra. They are not supporting really bhakti. They are supporting yoga very strongly. They are supporting veganism. Why they are supporting veganism? Because when you will get old, you will start to get old, your skin will get old, you will like to have a lot of medicine or some drugs will go. Why they want to make you anti-dairies? Why they want to raw vegan? If you become raw vegan after 40, your sexual life will boom, fall. And after that, you need some Viagra and other pills. Then you will need this support of pharma industry. This all is to make you work for them. I just want you to work for yourself. That's all. Simple. Very simple. Ask yourself, do the things which is very required. If not required, don't do it. It's not a compulsion. Okay? So thank you very much for being with me. Okay. Om this country from past to past times that it was being totally developed before also. So if you want to read something, you want to know why it's happening in today, you need to go in history of that. Without understanding the history, you cannot understand the present. And to understand what is yoga is doing today, you need to go in history. How it was started, how people was practicing. Here you meet Babas, they are just eating. Here you meet Babas, they are just eating chilam. It is not Baba. I am sorry. It's not Baba. They're just lazy people. They don't even want to meditate. You don't understand Hindi. This is a good thing. Most of the time they're speaking slang words. I cannot even sit next to them. Most of the time they're shouting on each other on a slang words. Because you don't understand Hindi. So for you, this is not a problem. This chilam will, why a happy person will need a drugs? Tell me one, just a simple thing. A happy person does not need a drug. He's a joyful, he can be joyful without drugs also. Only the sad and lazy people need drugs. If you are not sad and lazy, I don't think so you will need in life any kind of drugs. People usually take drugs, and I am not against drugs. You can take it, I'm not against. But if you understand